Greetings from Dystopia, episode 169. Soup and bread. Yeah, it's that kind of day. So the bread, I'll post up some pictures right here. Bread came out pretty good. No complaints. First picture is after a 16-hour rise. Second picture is after 30 minutes in the oven. The next picture after that is the loaf completed. That's loaf number 1 completed. And then there's a picture of the one loaf cut open. You can see the crumb is kind of wet. Not sure if that's an issue with the humidity yesterday or the flour itself, but they don't normally come out quite that moist. There's nothing wrong with the bread. Tastes great. Just was a little disappointed that it was that wet. The next image here is of the 2 loaves together. The one on the left is plain bake, nothing fancy. The one on the right, while it's still hot, I coat it with olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, thyme, oregano, and a little bit of fresh ground sea salt. You can use Himalayan sea salt is what I use. You can use whatever you want. It's just what I happen to have handy. Dipped it in a little olive oil. Num. All right, we are pulling up to Four Rivers Environmental Center. I'll try and whip out here a little bit and see what I can see down at the end of the point. Most of the rain has gone through for now, but we do have more rain coming. Alright, so I'm not in exactly the best spot. Hopefully I'll be able to... Man, that camera. I think that mounts. I have to rebuild that mount again. Had a question talking about the little cookies I showed at the end of the episode the other day. It's these right here from Aldi. It never focused on the video, and I should have just shot a still of it and put it up. But that's the chocolate cookies I like from Aldi. 100 calories per pack. If you're doing Weight Watchers, it's 4 points. I did go to Walmart to pick up a couple things. While I was there, I grabbed, although it's not the Tyson brand, it's the store brand, a couple of these pre-cooked, ready-to-eat chicken packets. And I also found another one I got really excited about, pulled pork in sauce. So these are what I was talking about to mix in with your pasta. Spam singles, another great protein source. Spam is actually calorie dense. This is 230 calories in this package. The pulled pork, by the way, is 130 per serving. The chicken is 70 per serving. So these are more ideas to mix in with the pastas and the rice that are pre-cooked. And of course, I had to pick up my potted meat. Chris, I saw your question. Chris was asking now about alcohol stoves. What is a good stove to buy? Are they easy to make? Yes, they're easy to make. To buy them, it depends on what you want to do. If you don't mind the weight, Trangia is a die-hard, old-school alcohol stove. I'll pull them out and show them here in the video. Probably not today, but I'll show them in another video. We'll talk about some alcohol stoves. My favorite that I carry most of the time is a Fancy Feast stove. Oh, it's in my chuck box. Basically, it's a cat food can. So think about these potted meat cans with a stand ring in the middle of it and some fiberglass tape. There's a couple notches in the bottom of the center ring. Pour the alcohol in it. It wicks up the tape, the fiberglass tape. You light it on the outside. So the center becomes the pot stand, and it gives you the ridge of heat. The easiest to make is a penny stove. All you need is 2 soda cans. You cut them at about 1 inch high all the way around. Oh, the hell with it. I was planning on doing it anyways. I'll just do a video on how to make a penny stove. Drop dead simple. Yeah, those are super easy to build. All you need is 2 empty soda cans, some fiberglass batting, silicone sealant, high temperature silicone sealant, and a box knife, piece of sandpaper. Good quality box knife. Don't try and do it with a cheap one. You want the one with the single solid blade, not the break off blade, because you're going to apply some pressure when you score the can. I'll do a video on making those stoves. They're pretty straightforward. What else do we have? A couple questions. What would you recommend as a tarp to carry on day hikes? What size would be good, and what type of extras should I carry along? 6x9 is probably a good size tarp. You've seen my little small Z-Pack shelter, or I carry a 9x11, 10x11, or 11x14 tarp. Just depends on what I'm going to do. So there's your sizes. Materials, do what your budget is. You could buy a cheap little Walmart tarp, or your local big box hardware store, home goods store. They won't last long, but for occasional use, they're okay, and they're heavy. There's always Dyneema DCF, extremely lightweight. Durability is not bad on those. Probably the best bang for the buck is Sil Nylon. That's what I would probably recommend anyways, is a Sil Nylon tarp. I want to clean off my windshield here so I can keep an eye on the birds. And extras, obviously, cordage. I would recommend 100 feet. It sounds like a lot of cord, but if you think about it and you're running off the ends, off the corners, and you've got a 12-foot tarp on the diagonal, and you want to suspend up all 4 corners, and the trees are 12 feet away, we'll just say, that's 48 feet of cord just to tie up 4 corners. So 100 feet. Again, type of cordage is up to you. Use something that's low to no stretch. I would recommend any of like Zing It or the Dyneema cords. It's a little pricey for what you get, but it's lightweight, strong, and there's no stretch. At least 1 stake for every tie out on the tarp, plus a couple extras. I carry a dozen shepherd hooks with me at all times, titanium shepherd hooks, and I probably have a dozen standard Y stakes, aluminum Y stakes. You saw them in the one tarp video where I set up the tarp over my hammock. It's that type of stake. And any other extras, repair kit, something to patch it with, tenacious tape, Gorilla tape, something like that works if it's not a tarp you're worried about keeping long term. It even works as a temporary patch. Just take it off, clean it, and then patch it properly. Same viewer, Exeter 63. You didn't put your name. I don't know if you're a man or a woman. I apologize. How do you find all of the trails that you hike? What about just regular walking trails? Is it better to walk on dirt or pavement? Given that it's .co.uk, part of the email address, obviously this viewer is in Great Britain or in the UK somewhere. Check with your local town. You probably already know local trails to walk. particularly in the UK, it just strikes me funny. It's like, where can I go walking? I remember everywhere I went in the UK was trail, 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 everywhere. But yeah, start at, your local parks. You can walk there along the rivers. All of your canals over there have a towpath on each side, just like our I&M does here that you've seen the videos of. I know because you commented on one of the videos that I was walking on the I&M, which is just like the British canals. How do I find all of them? I just look on a map. I look for a park. I look for a green space. Virtually all public green spaces have trails. Another just random comment, channel video. You should have one. I think they probably mean the welcome video to the channel. I'll make one. How's that? Yeah, it would probably be a good idea. Just a basic thing. Welcome to my misadventures. And yeah, the other one was just going back to the ramen cooking, the ramen meals. A viewer actually sent me a message through the page saying he had a ramen rescue in his hand. So he looked at it and he wrote it down. It's green beans, roasted sweet yellow corn, mushrooms, shredded Savoy cabbage. I'm assuming dehydrated. I think I have some dehydrated cabbage. Diced leeks, red onion, carrots, and sweet peppers. That's actually in the Packet Gourmet Ramen Rescue. I've never actually looked at the ingredients on them. I just make them up. Oh yeah, and you forgot the flavor packet. It's essentially a bouillon concentrate. They come in vegetable, chicken, or beef. So there's another one. So there, I'll add to your comment. Oh yeah, packet of sriracha. Yeah, gotta have something spicy. It doesn't necessarily have to be sriracha. It could be just crushed red pepper. While it's hot, mix it in there. The red chili flakes. While it's in there, mix it up and give it a minute to let the heat out, so to speak. But yeah. Yeah, that's it. And of course, now it's starting to rain again. Well, let me give you a couple minutes of just good old-fashioned rain through the window. Really? I'm trying to eat my lunch. Alright, so we're out at Four Rivers. As you can see, I've got my shell on. The rain's coming on and off, and like a dummy, I forgot my waterproof bag. So I'm not carrying the big camera, I just have the fishing camera with me, the Fujifilm. Great camera, especially the waterproof part of it. I don't recall ever shooting video with this, so this will be a first. Big old pile of dog poop in the trail. Alright, so I'm going to walk out to the point and see what's here. If the pelicans are here, or if I see one or two, I'll know the rest aren't far behind, and that means tomorrow we'll come back with the big camera. Just don't want to take a chance on it getting wet. Tell you, that is so cool to see all the blue jays again. When I was a kid, there were blue jays by the billions. Not literally, but it sure seemed like it. Now, far less blue jays, but at least they're now starting to come back and see more of them. Got a lot of picture opportunities here too. Yeah, think we're definitely going to have to come back out when there's no rain. And I know somebody's going to ask, kind of light long. I like my bright orange. Particularly for fall hiking, because hunters get stupid. You know, they get that buck fever in them, and that's all they can think about is bang, bang, bang. I don't want to be that guy. Turn you guys around here real quick. Take a look at what we've got down here. Got some swans out here. Great egrets over in that point right down there. So right in this spot are some white pelicans. I'm not quite sure what that is on that log right out there. There's your pelicans flashing around his wings. Yep, there's a little bit of everything out here today. Okay, well clearly I need to get a replacement battery. The battery's dead already. I've only been out of the car 5 minutes. The grass is plenty, or the weed is plenty wet here as I'm following this little trail out to the point. Let me stop and give you guys some video of this. So there you go. I'm having to walk through all of this. And it's all wet from the rain overnight. And this morning, it rained when I drove up here. Okay. So there are a few white pelicans here. We got some more egrets feeding out this way. You can probably hear that egret groaning away. Definitely gonna have to come back out tomorrow. Yeah, the video sucks on this one zoomed in, but right there dead center, it's 2 white pelicans. Alright, so we're definitely coming back tomorrow. There's a couple white pelicans out there, and I see some more way off in the distance, but yep, so we'll come back out tomorrow. The weather will be a little bit drier, partly sunny. So yeah, tomorrow's a better day, I think. And see what I can get some photographs. That cheeses me off with the battery on this thing. I got maybe 10 minutes of 10 minutes of time on it. So well, I guess I kind of knew it was bad, but hadn't replaced it yet because it used to just stay charged up in the car, you know, and I'd charge it, throw it in the glove box, and then throw it in the fishing pack, and it was always charged, but now no longer holds a charge. Alright, anyway, let me go finish my little loop here, and I'll see you guys back in the car. I can't believe I'm gonna walk out here for a dozen photos. But that's what happens sometimes. You see something, it's like, oh, I gotta do it. So I went back to the car, got the big camera, which I'm on now, and we're gonna walk back out here and see if I can get some better photos of the swans and the pelicans. Just see what I can find. Tonight's episode will be a little late, but it is what it is, right? Don't you love my orange jacket? Luong, you might really like that one. You're just as bad as I am for orange. For me, it's orange and black. A lot of my stuff is just orange and black because it's simple, it's straightforward, and it's purty. Alright guys, I'll see you in a bit. That is one of those Mylar balloons. Nice. Right, let's see, we got some duckies. Alright, there we got a great egret. Swans, dead center. A couple pelicans right in there. There's one of the pelicans, dead center. Oops. Sorry, I'm doing this all handheld. Digital zoom at 1000 millimeter. Whoa, zoomed in. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Ah! Yeah. I have a neutral density filter on here and I have nowhere to put it if I take it off, so everything's about 3 stops too dark. But it's a start. I'll come back out tomorrow with a tripod. All of these shots are handheld, 1000 millimeter zoom. Definitely need a tripod for that. Sun didn't come out, but there's definitely some thin clouds overhead, as you can probably tell. Just got my 5-time distance notification. Yep, it's a good day. It's a pretty piece of prairie right here. I like when they do the prairie restorations like this and you end up with all the different wildflowers, the echinacea in particular, which is all now, sadly, past its prime. Almost all of them, the leaves have gone. Hey, my collar's getting unwound in the wind. Alright, let me walk back to the van. We'll see you there. Hey, Mike, I'll show you the Lucy light in a minute. Just got some stills of them a minute ago. Right in here. Turkey vulture just sitting there, relaxing. Just zoom back in here on the video. Show you what we got. $1184 millimeter zoom just to get this video. Nice. That's kind of cool, ain't it? Kind of random that it's only one turkey vulture. I've never really noticed one off by themselves. Usually they're together with a whole bunch of them. So anyway, down the road I go. See ya. You know, I sat here and I shot, well, 3 frames per, probably about 200 frames, trying to get a shot of a damn bluebird. Finally I gave up. They're either blurred or he dropped out of the frame because he's flying like this. Some days it's just not very fun trying to get pictures. Yeah, but then you got this girl who's always there like, photograph me like you do your pretty French girls. Mike Agnetta, Tenkara Angler. Jason. You guys, just today we're talking about your favorite portable lights. Hope if I turned off the wipers, wouldn't it? Lucy Lights by Empowered. Focus. Sees a little bit of my head there, so it's trying to focus away. Anyway, you get the gist of it. Solar powered. 2, 4, 6, 12 LED. Got a little hanging loop on either side, so you can hang them however you want, on string or an S-beaner. They are inflatable. I always find it quicker to squeeze the nozzle and pull it open for the most part, and then that one's been collapsed a while, so it takes a little bit of effort to fold it up, or blow it up, I mean. But yeah, there you go. Here's your, I'll put it on high. If I can get it back here where you can see my hand. Take the light off, put the light on. Yeah, it's broad daylight, but you get the gist. They're great little lights. By myself, they work. I'm trying to give you an idea of how much light they throw. They don't throw a lot of light, but they're pretty damn handy to have. I have 2 of the standard size, and then I have a micro. It's like their emergency light or whatever they call it. That's probably about that big around. It's probably 3 inches across. That one is in my pack, which is in my office, because I'm trying to sew a loop inside of it to hang my little snack pack inside the bag. I did not have the pack made with a hydration loop, to hang a hydration bag, and I'm regretting it now because I got nowhere to hang my food bag, and I didn't think about that because that's something I always do. Anyways, there's the Lucy Lights by... All right, let's see if we can do it this way. Focus. Anyway, Lucy Light by Empowered. I think I bought both of these at Walmart, but you can also get them on Amazon and their website itself. All right, folks, that's it for today. Sadly, I got rained on most of the day, but I was able to get out and get some extra miles out. Got an extra, about 2 miles out. That was not part of the schedule today, but that's because I came back to get the big camera and then walked back out along the river. That's it for today, guys. Be good, be well, wear a mask if you have to, be smart, stay mighty, be strong. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Have a good one. And after all of that, I forgot the ending. Subscribe right here. Here's a random video. Here's a hiking playlist. See you guys. Have a good one.